be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.
What is the deal, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Saturday. I hope you all are doing well. If this is your first time here, I want to welcome you. Pull up a seat. I hope you enjoy the content. And before we get into this food, I want to ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and go ahead and tap that bell while you're at it so you're notified anytime I drop a brand new video, go live, or schedule a premiere. All right, y'all. So today we are having some zucchini taco boats. All right, so let me bring it close to you to show you what it looks like. We are having some, again, zucchini taco boats. And I'll talk more about them as we continue on. And today I am trying a new sauce, Kumana avocado sauce. Kumana avocado sauce. I haven't tried any of it at all, so hopefully I like it. I like the packaging, the bottle's cool. Plant-based, non-GMO, no sugar added. So I'm liking, I'm loving that. All right, so let me go ahead and get into this. Let me see. You know what, let me try it without the sauce and with the sauce. Yep, so good. Again, I'm gonna tell you more about it. Hopefully the sauce is good because I'm putting a lot of it on here. Let me see if I can give y'all a bite. Can I get a bite to y'all? Hopefully it all don't fall out. Can y'all see that? Hopefully you can see it. I like that. The sauce has a little tang to it, but it's really good. Not spicy. I like that a lot. I would put that on eggs, any kind of Mexican food. It's really good. Okay. All right. This is all right with me. So you guys, I told some of y'all this last night on live. And speaking of which, we had a lot of fun on live last night. So if you have not had a chance, if you're 18 and over, go back and watch it. Just for a good time. We had fun. So what I said on live last night was that I am ready for a quarantine reset in terms of eating. I'm doing way too much, y'all, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the snacks. I'm tired of just eating whatever, whenever. So I am really trying to rededicate myself to doing better. So here's my start. And my goal is to have zucchini week. I'm gonna use zucchini hopefully over the next couple of videos for this next week. Hopefully I'll be able to figure some things out. So, and there is a cook with me if anyone is interested to see how I did this and how I made it. Really light. I love the hot and cold elements in here. So I was gonna use cauliflower rice as my meat, but I decided to put like a vegetable medley together. And it was pretty much red bell peppers, red onion, mushrooms, leeks, spinach. I also put the zucchini back in there as well in the mixture. Seasoned it. It's really good. It is so good. I have everything that's left over. I'm gonna use that for like a taco salad. So it came out really good. So again, if you want to know how to make this and how I did it, there's a video at the end of this that, you know, you see, you can do whatever you want to do and add inside of it. It's so light. Because, you know, when I eat burritos or tacos, which I love, by the way, or tostadas, I get really full. And I think it's just a carb thing. Like I said, carbs just make me really bloated and super full. So this is a good way for me to get my taco fix and just have a healthier version of it. So, and then once I have my mixture that I put together, that I sauteed, I put it inside of the zucchini and topped it with tomatoes, cheese, sour cream, and cilantro. So and also for the zucchini, I roasted it. you know, to soften it up a little bit. So I roasted the zucchini for about like 15-20 minutes. I can see doing these at like a party. Maybe like cutting the zucchini in half and making like little small tacos, little taco boats on a tray as like hors d'oeuvres or something. That would be cool. All right, y'all, so I'm doing a story time. I feel like this video is gonna be super long, but maybe it won't be because it's kind of 2-in-1. I'm gonna tell y'all about that one time I broke my foot. I broke my foot once in junior high school and once in high school, so it makes sense to just add it to the story to make it all one. And before I get into the story time, I want to thank everybody that signed up for the membership. And I know I got some messages from a lot of y'all that were having problems with signing up. Just because the link looks different on different devices, if you're interested in the membership or want to look at the membership, I'm going to drop the link below in the description. So click on the link, it'll say membership link, click on it and just take a look at it. You know, if you want to sign up, cool. And I promise you, no pressure if you don't do it at all, but I wanted to address that because I got a lot of messages. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started with story time. So I'm going to take y'all back to the first time I broke my foot was in 8th grade. So this was like in 94, I believe. Yeah, 94. So I was at home. It was a weekend. And I called myself trying to exercise, right? So I'm at the house. I was watching a video, y'all. It was a VHS video. And I don't know who. I wish I remember whose video I was watching. But anyway, I was working out down here, just getting it in, you know, at that downstairs in the den. I was doing some move. Y'all, I jumped up in the air and landed wrong on my foot. I heard it break. I'm like, there's no way this is good. So I'm laying on the floor. My parents were upstairs. And I'm just laying there. Like, I don't even know if I screamed or what. I'm sure I was crying at some point, but it was like that initial shock. I don't know if anybody's ever broken anything before, but it was just this shock of like, yo, I know it's broke. So I'm trying to get up and I'm trying to put a little pressure on it because I'm like, I know I heard something. I feel like it's broke, but let me see. Couldn't put any pressure on my foot. So I hobble upstairs to my parents' room. My mom and dad like, Rhonda, what's wrong with you? What you doing? I tell them what happened. Mom was doing this move and I fell and I hurt my foot, you know. I heard this noise. I think my foot is broke. I cannot put any pressure on it. So my mom is like, girl, really, Rhonda? Like, I'm sure you're okay. Now, let me give you a little more context. Most of my life, you guys, I was a hypochondriac for a long time. I'm talking about we would go to the hospital often. And it got so bad to where they would just give me placebos, you know what I'm saying? Which is just like a fake medicine for whatever Rhonda was complaining about. They would give me a fake medicine, fake pills, fake whatever, sugar water, whatever you want to call it. They would give it to me and of course I felt better. Wasn't nothing wrong with me. I don't know, I was a hypochondriac. Well, because I had a history of being a hypochondriac, my mom was like, Rhonda, I'm sure you're fine. Your ankle's probably just sprained. Go lay down in the bed, elevate your foot, you'll be good. So, mind you, I hobble out of my parents' room. I mean, I'm holding on to stuff to like hobble because I can't put pressure on my foot. So I'm holding the stair. I'm holding the banister to the stairs. I'm holding anything I can hold onto the wall, anything to hobble to my room, right? And then maybe when maybe my mom or dad saw me hobbling, they helped me to my room or whatever. But they were like, you'll be fine. Your ankle's probably just sprained really bad. So cool. So I go lay down and I actually go to sleep for the night because I'm in so much pain. And I might have taken like an ibuprofen or Advil or something, whatever. I remember eating dinner in my room that night in the bed. And I had, you know, medicine laid down. The next morning, my mom comes in to check on me. Y'all, my foot was huge. My ankle was huge, okay? It was huge. It was big. It was swollen. My mom was freaking out. My dad is like, okay, we need to go to the hospital. My mom is like, Rhonda, I'm so like, oh my gosh, she felt horrible because she was like, dang, like, you know, this looks worse than a sprain. So we get to the hospital. And of course, you know, the doctor sees my foot and can look at it, and just basic things that I couldn't do, you know, like wiggle my toes. I couldn't do certain things. The doctor was like, it's broke. He was like, I'll do an x-ray, but I know that it's broke. X-ray comes right back. Foot is broke. I had to get a cast. I remember having to pick out my color. You know, I think I got a black cast the first time because I wanted people to write on it. And I didn't want it to be the same color as everybody else's, so I got a black cast, I think. And we leaving out of the doctor's office. My mom is feeling bad. I feel like she was crying. I'm sure she was. And she was like, I feel like a horrible parent. I'm a horrible mother. Da 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 da. And I was like, you know, don't trip my, like, I gave you good reason to feel like my foot was just sprained. You know what I'm saying? So that was me breaking my foot in the 8th grade. I remember just struggling with them crutches, walking around campus, trying to get on the school bus. It was a mess. But I mean, I finally got used to them. I had my crutches on, my cast on for about, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks. Got it off, and I was cool. So that happened. Now let me fast forward to high school. So in high school, this was probably, maybe like 96, 97-ish, around that time. And so if you guys tuned in to Rolling with the Homies, me and my guy brother Antoine, we were in ASB together. So this was probably 97. We were in ASB together, and we promised that if we got into ASB that we was gonna change things. So our school was predominantly white, and I don't know if y'all remember, or if your high school was set up like this, where you guys we would bring out the really big black speakers, the huge speakers, roll them out, and play music during lunch break. We listened to a lot of music. It really wasn't versatile. All it was rock music. It's all that was played during lunch. It was never any variety. And we promised that if we got into ASB, we was gonna change things, and we did. So me and Antoine would pull these speakers out every lunch, put it in front of the lecture hall. Every single day, you guys, we would start with playing Aaliyah, and then we would play Blackstreet every single day. That's how we would start. And we would mix the music up. But we were like, yo, when we get in, like, we need some variety. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we started every single lunch break every single day when we were at ASB. All right, so one day, me and Antoine are rolling the speaker, you know, this really big speaker, you know, had wheels on it. So we rolling it up this area. It was like a concrete area, and the concrete was kind of messed up, and it was slanted. So it had a little bit of a slant to it too. So we're pulling the speaker up like we do every day. And it was a crack in the pavement that we went over, that we always go over. We go over it, bah! It was just this really loud noise, like bam. It was like pow, bam, right? And because the speaker had slammed into the crack of the pavement, and then it came crashing down, pow, it fell to the ground. Now, I mean, this thing slammed to the ground. It was huge, though. I mean, it was a big speaker. So it was, not only was it tall, it had stuff inside of it too. Like, you know, other equipment was inside of it, like when you open this little door. So it comes down, and it slams right onto my foot, y'all. The speaker comes right, because I mean, I wasn't expecting it to fall down, and I also wasn't expecting my foot to be underneath it when it did fall. So I didn't move my foot fast enough. So it comes crashing down, and Antoine, it can't pull it up by himself. Literally like 3 or 4 huge football players, thank God they were there, because it was lunchtime, so they were outside in their area. They come running over, and it took 3 or 4 of them to pull the speaker up off my foot, right? So I'm crying, I'm freaking out, you know, I'm in so much pain. I'm like, I know my foot is broken. I know it is. I could just tell. Of course, I go to the nurse's office, they call my parents. The nurse is basically saying, she's like, I think it's broke. You know, she had me wiggling my toes, doing this. Can you do this? Does this hurt? Does that hurt? You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how does this feel? I was in so much pain, y'all, okay? So, my parents come pick me up. It's my dad. My dad comes pick me up, and we go to the doctor's office. And the doctor is like, you know, it's like a hairline fracture. I'm gonna put you in a walking boot for 3 weeks. I feel like that wasn't good enough. But he was like, no, trust me, you know. Put you in a walking boot. I'm gonna send you with a note to school, you know what I'm saying? Like, here's your crutches and all of that. You can put a little pressure on your foot, you know, but use your crutches as much as you can. But if anybody knows how crutches are, it hurts underneath your armpits. Like, it's really painful. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you know, don't like just full on walk without your crutches, but you can put pressure on it. So I'm like, okay. All right, cool. So he gives me my walking boot. And when I say walk, it wasn't even a walking boot. It was like a walking shoe. Like a shoe that you slide into, and it had these like Velcro things on top of it. So it wasn't even a walking boot. So I do what he says, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm gonna give you a note as well. He was like, I want you to be able to leave before, you know, leave like 10 minutes before every class so that you can get a head start because you're moving around so slow. You know, take your time. I don't want you to feel rushed by other kids, you know, rushing around in between periods. So I'm like, okay. So he gave me a note. All of my teachers, you know, were cool with it, complied with everything. I all got out 10 minutes early. But I'm in a lot of pain. Something don't feel right. It feels like my bones are shifting around in my foot, y'all. Like, I could feel it. I can literally feel my bones shifting around. And I'm like, something is not right. Something ain't right. And I tell my parents, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we trying to, you know, this is like towards, it's approaching the third week at this point. So I think we go back to the doctor before the third week because when I tell my parents something don't feel right, they're like, well, let's go, you know, to make sure. And let me not forget this part. This is important. Also, there was like a golf ball size bump on my foot. I mean, it was huge on the top of my foot. It was forming. And I'm like, yeah, something is not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could feel my bone shifting. This huge bump is on the top of on my foot. So my parents like, yeah, something is not right. Let's go, you know, to the doctor. So we go before 3 weeks is up. The doctor, I feel like it was my primary. No, the doctor that I saw, he wasn't in. So I saw somebody else. See the doctor, does an x-ray, gets the results. He goes, I don't know if you noticed or not, but your foot is broke. I was like, you think? You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels broke. Like I said, I would feel my bones shifting around in my foot, y'all. Like, it was crazy. And so he was like, okay, let me put a cast on your foot. You need a cast to go ahead and, you know, hopefully get everything back to, you know, back to where it needs to be. He was like, but I do have to give you a heads up that this, you know, this lump on your foot may not go away. You may not be able to wear regular shoes again on your right foot. So I'm looking at my parents looking at me. We like, what? He was like, yeah, I don't know what happened with the last doctor, but he should have put a cast on your foot. And so it was just crazy, y'all. I was like, I cannot believe this. I'm crying. I'm like, what? I might not be able to wear shoes again. It was crazy. I mean, it was the worst thing you could hear. You know what I'm saying? Here I am. I don't know, probably like 16 years old. And I'm like, not be able to wear a shoe again, something I've been able to do my whole life. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's not the end of the world, but that would have been a huge change for me. You know what I'm saying? Put the cast on. Wear it for, I think I had it on for like 8 weeks. 7, 8 weeks, something like that. And when he took it off, thank God the lump was gone. Like, my foot looked normal. You know, it just took time. If anybody, again, has ever had a cast before you take it off, you obviously, your foot doesn't feel the same. You got to take it easy, you know, for a little bit. But my foot was okay, but thank God. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, too, thinking back, this is really important. The lesson in all of this, too, is to also get a second opinion. You know, sometimes the doctors are wrong. You know what I'm saying? And just the way that it felt when that speaker landed on my foot, it felt like it was definitely broken just based on, you know, the nurse looking at it. But of course, she needed a doctor to, you know, to tell me what was wrong or not. And yeah, second opinions are important. So, you know, please make sure you guys ask questions and don't be afraid to go somewhere else because that's important. You know what I'm saying? Because I could really be in a position where I would have had to wear a certain type of shoe on my right foot just because of this doctor being negligent pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And not, you know, looking at things the right way. So anyway, that's the end of my story time, y'all. The cook with me portion is about to start for this video. Super easy to make, very light. Put whatever you want inside for your filling, for your taco. And y'all let me know what you think. Let me know if you liked it or not, if you make it. All right, you guys, I will be back maybe Monday or Tuesday. Maybe Monday-ish. All right, y'all, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Be good to yourself. Peace. Okay, my good people, let's go ahead and get started with these zucchini boats. As you can see, I have 2 zucchini cut right down the middle evenly. And I went ahead and took out the middle portion of each one of them. And I'm going to use that actually later on in the dish. So I'm ready to put these in the oven so they can loosen up just a little bit. But before I do that, I used some olive oil spray, sprayed it on both sides. And I also seasoned the zucchini lightly with some pink Himalayan salt. So I preheated my oven to 350. And I'm about to go ahead and pop these in the oven. And I would say for about 15 to 20 minutes. You can check the firmness and pull them out to your liking. But about 15-20 minutes was perfect for me. This is what they look like fresh out of the oven. You see that they've cooked down a bit. And next up, now it's time to go ahead and do our filling. So you can use shrimp, chicken, beef, turkey, whatever you'd like. I kept things all veggie though. So I have some red bell peppers, some mushrooms, and red onions. And I seasoned the veggies with some all-purpose low-sodium seasoning by Spiced Up by Dominique. I added black pepper. And I also added some pink Himalayan salt. Now I'm also going to add some more veggies to help build the flavor. So at this point, I've added in some leeks. I added in the zucchini that you saw earlier. And then I also added in some spinach. And I used the same seasoning to re-season it since the additional vegetables were added in. We are just about done with this dish. So now it's time to start building the tacos. So whatever your filling looks like, go ahead and add it to each one of the zucchini. Got that going, and then we move on to the final toppings, and then it's time to eat. So what I decided to do was top mine off with some cheese, sour cream, tomatoes, and cilantro. And that's it. Voila. We're done. If you make it, I hope you love this as much as I did. Thank you for watching.
I be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.